moving on from the wide receivers, we're going to go over the tight ends. Tight ends rotated in and out throughout the season. Is this the primary position on the offense the Jets need to address in the offseason? Kyle, I'm going to throw it to you first. I see Dan vigorously shaking his head, but I want to get your opinion first.
It's a yes, but it's also a no for me. If you're talking about free agency, it's 100% yes. I think that the Jets throw the bag at Dalton Schultz, or a couple bags, however many bags the Jets own, throw them all at Dalton Schultz, and then go. And then if we're talking about wide receiver, or if we're talking about the draft needs, I want offensive line. For me, anyway.
I could probably see. I could probably see him go for also just to get a couple more good years out of him. Is Zach Ertz? He's got a connection with Joe Douglas from his Philadelphia days. Even though he's 31 or 32 years old. Yeah, you could probably still get 2 solid seasons out of him for probably 11 mil for both seasons, and maybe draft a tight end or get a developmental tight end who can learn from him.
I think that's okay. I think that would have been done already, though. I think that they would have made that trade during the season when Zach Ertz was obviously getting traded. They tried to trade him before the season started, and nothing happened. The Jets were huge in the rumor mill of being into Zach Ertz, and nothing materialized out of it. And I think that there's a big reason why, because I think that they're not going for age here. They're going to actually try to build this team, and I think Dalton Schultz is a good candidate for that.
I would say Schultz first, Ertz second. If they can't get Schultz, they can try to get Ertz.
I think it's Schultz 1, 2, and 3, and if you fail on that, then you failed miserably. I think Joe Douglas should absolutely be telling his agent, if you ever get an offer better than mine, you need to call me right back. I'll beat it again. I am fully on board with overpaying tremendously for Dalton Schultz this year in order to guarantee the Jets have some sort of talent, and then still grabbing a tight end on day 2 that would allow us to run 12 personnel in the offense. You have to Dalton Schultz should be our number 1 team free agency target above anybody else at all positions. Makes no difference to me that it should be Dalton Schultz. The problem is a lot of other teams are going to feel the same way because he's legitimately about the only tight end that's really worth a damn in free agency this year. Gesicki's just a large slot receiver. So, he's not going to be a fit for what we want. So realistically, I think you have to go. I mean, I think Sport Track has his average annual value somewhere around the range of $12.3 million, which
from 15.
I would. Yeah. Again, I think his production, his ascension from year over year, he's continually progressed and gotten better and better. He is a top 5 tight end in the league at this point. Maybe you could argue maybe a couple of spots there. Could guarantee top 5 to 7 tight end in the league. Way better than anything the Jets have had. I don't know, fill in the blank there.
I was going to say, the last decade have had a top 30 tight end this year.
Yeah, fill in the blank as far as that goes. I think with the amount of cap space the Jets will already have, plus will have with some other cuts coming through this season, I think Dalton Schultz is absolutely the person where you blow every offer out of the water. You absolutely blow it out of the water. And if it takes $15 million to sign him, if it takes Dalton Schultz getting paid more than Travis Kelce, at this point, with the state of the team and the financial cap that we have, I think you make it happen. I mean, maybe it's not the smartest idea from a football business standpoint, but you can't make the same mistakes we did around Darnold and not surround him with talent. So you have to you have to come correct. Joe Douglas has to come correct, and Dalton Schultz is my number 1 target.
Yeah, I think Joe Douglas has learned from the Sam Darnold experience that I need to do a better job surrounding my future franchise quarterback with a line who can block me. We'll get to the line in just a second, but also B, talent around him to make him to make him one of the elites in the league. And I did send on to my Twitter account yesterday after Dalton Schultz had a couple of catches during the game to kind of get Dallas in a position to try to take the lead or get back on track. I wrote, New York Jets tight end Dalton Schultz. I will tweet this into existence.
Yeah, it sounds great.
I'm all for it. I'm not a religious man, but I'm praying for him every night.
This is now a Dalton Schultz Stan podcast. So,
for sure.
So